Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the unboxing of the BeastBoard Mini Direct Drive. It took about 28 days to get here with air shipping. I think my last board with sea shipping took 55 days, so not a whole lot of difference, but it probably will be the difference between winter and fall, that's for sure. So let's get into it. Here. First impressions of the look, it's actually nicer than I thought it could be, judging by the images online. I thought it might be a bit metallic and tacky looking, but it's interesting enough to look different without looking crazy cheap or anything like that. It's got a bit more personality than the other couple of BeastBoards I've got, so I'll give it a pass on that. The cutting out looks a little bit janky on the grip tape, but no peeling or anything concerning there. Initial impressions is she's pretty heavy getting her out of the box, so I do have my scale here and I'll show you how much it weighs exactly. Alright, as you can see, I just weighed the board. I got 10.96 kilos and I weighed it a second time and I got 11. So somewhere in between there. I just used a cheap luggage scale, which I use for travel, but it works really well for the board. So comparing to the BeastBoard Mini Hub Drive, it's a couple of kilos heavier. So that's going to be made up in the bigger wheels, bigger battery, and the difference in the size of the motors too. So comparing to the rest of the market, I just had a quick look at the Onsra Challenger, which has a slightly longer deck at 34 inches, this is 31, and they have the exact same size battery. It's 9.9 kilos, so the only major difference is the size of the deck, and it has 105 cloud wheels as opposed to the 110 wind wheels, so this is coming in about a kilo heavier than that one. So shifting over to the belly of the deck, you can definitely feel the weight of these direct drive motors. They're hefty. They feel pretty solid. I don't think they're going to get damaged too easily, but you can definitely tell that's where a big part of the weight of the deck is coming from. Alright, so having a little bit of a look around here, it's got the foam, which I'm not a big fan of, but I've seen that on the other boards that they have here. I feel like that's just going to collect moisture over time and bring it into those areas that you don't want to get it in. I'm seeing there's a bit of a gap here, which hopefully by tightening these screws that will disappear, but I'll do a close-up on that. But I can see the battery is in there, so that's completely unacceptable. $8.99 US price range. You need better quality control than that BeastBoard, so that's really disappointing to see. Just a further note on that quality control, there were some slight holes in the box. Again, at this price range, I don't want to get a board in just an average cardboard box. I'd like something branded to know that I've got a BeastBoard coming. I'm happy if you wrap that around the outside of the box, but I'd like another one internally as well. Going to the trucks here, double kingpin trucks, so we'll see how they go on this shorter deck, but they're nice and wide as well. It should be really fun, hopefully. I can't see any defects or anything like that, and they feel really sturdy and well built. Another comment for the price point, I'd really like to see included in the price, or even optional extra, bash guard here on the bottom of the deck so you don't scrape it up. So my BeastBoard Mini is already getting a little bit scraped up because I've got nothing there to protect it. So just another comment there. Alright, we got the standard 2.5 amp charging brick, as I'm sure you've seen before. Same as on the other BeastBoards. Won't be a quick charger, I'd say 3-ish hours. We've got the Hobbywing remote to go with the Smart Esk. Good to see this one's branded. The last one that I had wasn't, so it's always easier to tell the different boards apart, or remotes for each board. Standard T-tool and little Allen keys. And we've got a USB-C for charging the remote, and we've got a replacement cable here, which we hopefully won't have to use. Yeah, so all in all, interesting little package here. I was really interested as soon as I saw this one was released, just because of the unique features it has. There's not many boards that are comparable, especially at the price range with the direct drive motors. I don't think there's a direct drive board on the market this cheap. Most of them are almost double the price that you see around. Does it perform like one? We'll have to see, but really excited to get this one out. Apart from the quality control issue regarding the battery cover, everything else looks pretty good. I've had no issues with my other Beast boards, so I'm not overly concerned. However, Beast Board did know I would be doing a review on this board, so it's really disappointing that it came out to me with such a glaring issue like that. Some people might overlook it, but for me, you know, I'm realistic that water will get in there sometimes, even if I'm not riding in the rain, so that's kind of unforgivable. Well, I feel like a little bit of an amateur here because I completely overlooked it based on the fact that the last mini board with the same deck came with risers up here. So as you can see by the video I've just shown, or I'm going to show, this board is kind of completely unrideable out of the box. So I'm going to see what I can do in terms of tightening the trucks, but I don't think I'm going to get the ride or the full use out of these double kingpins. So I don't know if it's a mistake from Beast Board, if they were meant to be included on the board, or they just produced a product that was untested. I'm not sure, so we'll have to see what they have to say to that. Alright, I will have a extra few videos coming up. I want to do a first impressions on this. I'll do a range test to see how the battery performs with these direct drive motors, and I'll also do a follow-up complete review, so tune in if you want to see that. If you like the video, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below what you think about this board, if you find it interesting. If you completely dismiss it for any reason, let me know, and most importantly, if you appreciate what I do, really helps me out if you give us a sub. Thanks, bye.